source to corrupt the Senate. Now the fidelity of the other house is to be the victim.
Thank you very much, Stephanie. And here it is. Look, I'm reading the title, Stephanie. Does this make me sexy? Charlie, after what she said about the Federalist Papers, are you going to look at these Federalist Papers?
I'll read them cover to cover.
Stephanie, you're having an immense impact here. And Stephanie, I'm going to read this more and more, and I guess I'll be more sexy to Stephanie. How about you? You're going to read it more and more?
I'm going to read the whole thing.
Okay, now with that done, we're really going to give you this retired, honorable FBI agent, and if he was passing out cash to patriots who are getting ready to arm themselves against an abusive government, he should get a reward, not be arrested. Jan Lindsey, be back in 5 minutes. We're here with
Jan Lindsey.
Jan Lindsey, what did you do for most of your life?
As far as work, employment, well, I was with the FBI as a special investigator, criminal investigator with the FBI for 26 years.
26 years in the FBI.
Yes.
What happened? What was your lack of participation? How did it come about in the IRWIN Schiff trial?
I was called as a witness by IRWIN Schiff, as a fact witness, but when I arrived at the courthouse, the prosecutor and the judge talked at the bench, and the judge decided that he would not allow me to testify as a fact witness. But he would consider allowing me to testify as a character witness for Mr. Schiff.
And so what did they have you do after you were already in the courtroom?
They sequestered me from the courtroom and asked me to leave and wait in the witness waiting area.
And how many days did you sit there and wait in the witness waiting area?
Well, as it happened, they didn't call me the first day that I was in. So I was asked to come back the next day by co-defendant Cindy Noon's attorney, Michael Cristalli. And Cristalli wanted me to come in and testify as a fact witness. He made that information known to the judge, and the judge at that day agreed that I could come back the next day and possibly testify. I came back the next day, and the judge sent word out through the attorneys to the prosecutors that I would not be allowed to testify as a fact witness for Miss Noon, but that I might be allowed to testify as a character witness for her. That went on 2 more days, for a total of 4 days that I appeared at the courthouse to testify, and on the final day, which was a Friday, I believe, the judge refused to allow me to testify.
So you spent 4 days at the federal tax trial of IRWIN Schiff, the author of the Federal Mafia, waiting to testify, and they never let you testify.
That's correct.
Does that seem like American justice to you?
Well, on the 2nd or 3rd day that I was there to testify, during one of the recesses of the court, Miss Noon came out with her attorney, and she came over and told me that in open court, of course I wasn't in there at the time because I had been sequestered. In open court, the judge made some comment, possibly similar to the fact that just because I was an FBI agent, a retired FBI agent, didn't necessarily make me a credible witness. And that was the only explanation I was given by anyone. Of course, it was given to me by Cindy Noon, one of the co-defendants. There was another gentleman there that hosts a radio show over in California by the name of Mike Golden, and he might have more information about what the judge said in court about about his refusal, the judge's refusal to allow me to testify.
Did you think it a little bit strange that the judge made you wait for 4 days and then never let you appear at all to even say anything?
Yes, I had appeared in behalf of the government in many, many trials during my 26-year career with the FBI. And I don't recall one instance where the government would make a defense witness, a potential defense witness, come up each day and not give some determination as to whether that witness could testify and what the witness could testify about.
Well, people, that was Jan Lindsey, an FBI agent, retired. I've known him for probably 6 years. He was the witness at the IRWIN Schiff's trial because he published a book called The Federal Mafia. There was no pornography in it. There was no call to overthrow the government. It just showed people how to get all your income tax money back for at least the last, I think, 3 years and stop paying them. Or pay them whatever you feel is right because it's a voluntary tax.
That's right.
And yet the commissioner of the IRS continually wants to arrest people and harass people. And even one of their agents, Joe Bannister, and 2 other agents came to the same conclusion. We don't have a right to arrest people. It's a voluntary tax. So he went to that trial and they wouldn't let him testify. He was going to testify on IRWIN Schiff's behalf as to the character of the man. And IRWIN Schiff has now been sitting in prison now for 4 years, I think. 3-4 years. A guy in his 80s, Charlie. Those 2-inch mattresses don't feel good on an 80-year-old back. And he had an infection in his foot, and they don't care. They got Ed and Dr. Elaine Brown sitting in a federal prison because they just said, show me where the tax is required and I'll pay it. They couldn't show them. They said, we don't have to show you, just pay it. That's tyranny, isn't it, Charlie?
That is tyranny. Slavery of the worst kind.
That's tyranny, isn't it, Charlie?
That is tyranny.
That's tyranny, isn't it, Charlie?
That is tyranny. Slavery of the worst kind.